What's up, guys? So today we'll be redoing Superhot because I wasn't happy with the way it turned out last time, and yeah, so let's just get started. So in my scripts folder, I've just made some materials and I have the scene, and in my scripts folder I have this player movement. So it's as of now just empty. There's nothing big. So I actually really like Danny's movement code. So I'll be using that. Just come straight here and here, copy and come back up. So yeah, player movement is right there done. You can use any FPS code that you want, but I would really go with this over anything else. And there's actually another script that uh, you know uh, moves the camera, so let's create that. Let's just call it move camera, and this also is it comes under that itself, but it comes under his movement code, but I won't be using, but I don't want to copy that again and again. So public transform player, and in update transform dot position is equal to player dot transform dot position. And yeah, let's just minimize that, come here, and let's create an empty game object, call it player container, and create another object, call it cam, drag the main cam under it and reset the transform, reset that as well, and make the cam the parent object, child of player container. Let's create another and let's create a 3D object capsule just so that we can see. Let's just call this player, and we're just gonna add in a rigid body and make that interpolate and collision detection to continuous. Let's freeze the rotation on all axes, and yeah, I think we are good to go now. Uh, Under our player, let's just also create two objects, call it head and uh, orientation. Okay, what just happened? All right, yeah. So in our player again, let's just add the player movement script, player cam as the camera root object, not the child, and orientation, and all that looks fine. Let's just create a new layer, ground and layer. We can add in other layers like bullet and enemy, but we won't be using them right now. So yeah, it's pretty much useless. Let's just tag this as the player though, and yes, let's just tag the entire player container as there. That's like even better. And let's drag it into our prefabs container to prefabs folder to make it a prefab. And I'm just gonna assign this simple material that I made, uh, ground. Yeah, and in my materials itself, I'm gonna create a physic material and call it zero friction. Uh, I'm just doing this according to his player movement, but you can do it any way you like. Just set dynamic friction and static friction to 0, and then let's create a plane. and let's shift this to 2 or 1. Make the plane a bit bigger, and let's assign the ground because that's almost like light mode on any app. Yeah, so player container, let's just change it into prefab so that it applies the changes everywhere. Ground. Okay, everything looks set. Let's add the move camera over here, just forgot, and add in our head player object into the player uh, transform. And yeah, we're pretty much done. Let's just change this to uh, ground and apply the physic material to it. I think that's applied. Yeah, so now I think we can move around. And what was that? All right. Okay, that jump is too high, but everything looks fine other than that. To fix that, we'll just come into project project settings and physics, and just multiply this by 3, and let's just give it this zero friction material as a default material. And let's try that again. It should be better now. The camera looks too low. Yeah, let's come into our prefabs. I forgot to change the position of the head. Let's just keep it to around 0.5. That's around where the player's head would be. 0.5 on the Y and 0.5 on the Z as well. And yeah, it looks pretty good. So that's player movement right there. I didn't really want to make this too long, so let's just come back here. And for this tutorial, all that I'm gonna do is just add in the uh, a gun, and we'll make the gun script next time. So let's just call it weapon holder, and I'll just create a new folder for models. And yeah, I'll just come here, documents, code, not code, and low poly. Yeah. Okay, guys. So while recording this video itself, I found out that I hadn't, saved this. So I'm sorry, but I quickly made this as soon as possible. Probably it's pretty bad. Anyways, let's just export it as an FBX into our Windows and users and projects. Yeah, Alt Unity and tutorial Superhot assets, then models. Yeah, export, and let's just check here. Okay, we'll close this now. Save, and let's change that to 0.1. Apply. That looks pretty good, right? Probably. And in this scene, I'm just gonna unpack it just so that we can, do that. Okay, I don't know why it's scaled. I don't know why it's not scaled properly. Right? Minus 90 on the rotation, yeah. And this is 21530. I don't know why it's not. Why it's scaled like that. And wait, that's 215 30 40. Yeah. 215 30 40 and minus 90, and we can reset the transform of this. So now we can actually just place our weapon holder and not the gun itself. Yeah, let's do that to 9 minus 90. And you can also, just a second, I'm too concentrated over here. 0.5, right? So minus 90 is also the equivalent of 230.8, and let's keep the pistol to something like let's add a layer. Let's call it weapons, and assign the weapon layer to that. So layers actually come in really handy, right? So let's just call this gun cam. Let's remove the audio listener, and let's change the culling mask to nothing, and then just weapon. Then we can add in another camera. Camera. Let's tag that as the main camera, and let's untag this as the main camera. Get that up. And culling mask for this will be everything other than our weapon. Alright, so weapon, yeah. Okay, it is supposed to show both of them. Alright, let's just keep let's just remove that. Let's just keep this for now. We can change that later on. So let's move adjust it according to our liking. Let's move that a bit down, a bit to the right. Oh. Let's just copy the transform and paste it back in there. And that's all for today's video. I think we'll do the rest. We'll start with the player shooting or the pick up and drop of the weapon by next video. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.